Welcome back to day 452,363.9 of the window install on my trailer. The weather the way it's been, I haven't been able to work on it for a few days, and then I'm going to show you a couple of mistakes that I made. Well, really just kind of one, and it was pretty minor. I was able to fix it really quickly. So I'm going to move the camera around, give you a shot of what happened and what I did to fix it. When I did the other side, I had this piece, so if you imagine this being on the bottom, you can see the lip with the holes. So that would be sitting just like it was on the bottom side of the door. I didn't, and I drilled the holes through so that I knew where these screw holes all were so that they would line up. Thing I didn't take into consideration was that to bring it around to this side, now it had to be upside down where the holes and the flange were on the top rather than being on the bottom. And I was just going to take some pins. So I got these brass pins here out of some 1/8 inch rod that I had. I was going to put those down from the top, but then it was going to be really hard I was going to have to draw around on the inside, and that was going to leave me a little bit weird on trying to get this lined up. Plus, with this being up high, it's like 3/4 of an inch. It was gonna kind of wiggle around a little bit too much. So what I did was I took and made a template out of paper, or out of the foam core board that I'd been using, and I lined it up, centered it on the center marks there. I've got on the other side, I got a center mark. I traced around the side that I have to cut, the outside of the flange here, so this part right here, and then I just had to flip the whole thing over, and then I was able to drive these pins down into it. And that one keeps falling out for some reason. It's a little loose, sorry about the camera work, but I've got these in place. And what I'm going to do, so I'm going to take this back off, put some tape down, I'll stick this back in place, trace around it with a Sharpie, cut on the inside of my lines again, and then we'll take and get it fit with just a little bit of sanding, and we'll get the window fit and get it popped, get the door flipped over. We'll put the window in, get the door flipped over, and put the frame on and screw it down, and we'll have it all done for the door. Then we got to hang the door back up. I'm setting up for the radiuses in the corners. What I've been doing just to get it close is I kind of come in, I've been setting it about an 1/8 inch off of the line where I want it. And then I hold the bit carefully and I just make a scratch mark there. Come around to the other side where it ends, about the same distance off, another scratch mark. And if I kind of put this point right on there, just drive it down a little bit, I can kind of see that I'll be about an 1/8 inch off of where I want to be. This one's off just a little bit, so we'll come back in here. I guess not very much. And then I just take where those lines cross and pop a hole in with the awl that the pin will fit in. Double check it, and there you go. That's how I've been doing the corners, and it gets me really close. This one, again, I'm staying further back off than what I did on the other side. Well, sorry about the camera shake. Archie's back with his ball. So yeah, I'm going to do that to the other corners, and then go ahead and get those cut out. I'm going to mark 1 inch off the inside of this line to the out. So from this line where I drew around the pattern, I'm going to come out to this side 1 inch, and then make some marks and do like I did before, double side tape a straight edge down, and I'll come in there and route the straight lines, and that'll give me about a good 1/8 of an inch all the way around to be able to bring it down and really fit the window. I'm going to go ahead and get started on that, and we will see how it turns out. ran into a bit of a problem there. I had been using like a tap lube to keep this bit from galling up. I ran out of that, so I was trying to use some beeswax, and that doesn't seem to work. It just allows the aluminum to gall up on this bit. You know, I noticed it started to try to gall up over here. That's why I put the wax on it. I extended the bit out to get past where I hadn't used it, put it on here, but it's almost like the wax made it worse rather than better. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do now. I may just have to go through with a small Dremel cutoff wheel. I really didn't want to do it that way, but I don't really know as if I have any choice at this point, because that's the only one of the tungsten carbide bits I have. I have one diamond bit, but I don't know if that would work. I think it's probably just going to be easier to use the little cutoff wheel. So I'm going to swap out, and we're going to come back with the cutoff wheel and give that a try. There was one little spot that was uneven, but I couldn't get the window to go in. But as you can see, I got that spot round off, and she drops right in now. So now's gonna be the time when I have to kind of tape it down. I'm gonna have to flip the door over and see if the trim ring and the window line up. And if they don't, I'm going to have to figure out which one I'm going to have to move around. Probably going to have to trim some of the styrofoam out on the inside, because it's not quite square up and down. But right now it's clouding up again, and it looks like it may rain. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get this all done and screwed together before it starts raining. I'm super happy with the fit. I mean, it's a little tight. I could take a little bit more off around this, because like I said, it's got this gasket on the inside. So, you know, it's right now it's pushing up against this part right here, and these are where the screws go. So I've got right here, and that's where the screws go. So I've got a little bit that I can take off all the way around if I really need to, but I don't think I'm going to need to. If I do, it'll be like a 1/16 of an inch. Maybe on each side, I'm not sure yet, but we're gonna hopefully put this in there, make sure that the channels line up, and go from there. But progress, as I always say, progress, it's a good thing. Sorry, I gotta bend down, I don't want to move the camera. I had to take and sand just a little bit off on the inside to get the trim ring. The side to side on it is a little bit narrower than what the window is, so I kind of have to push it in and around. So I had to take out a little bit of the styrofoam and just actually straighten the edges up. It was a little bit wavy. I straightened those up, and it's good. So it drops down in there. Let's see if we can get some screws in. If you're like me, you're probably thinking, well, holy shit, he actually got a window installed and permanently put into place. I think it looks really good. Super happy with it. From the inside, you know, nice and even all the way around, straight up and down. Go ahead and get the trailer closed up a little bit, or the door closed up so we can take a look at it and show you what it looks like from the outside. There you go. It looks pretty good. Zoom out a little bit so we can see the rest of the trailer. Yep, super happy with that. Finally, we got a window installed. The door window's installed. Everything's looking good. Pretty happy with it. And it's been through a couple of rainstorms and it doesn't leak, so that makes me even happier. Hope you liked the video. Go ahead. If you did, like, subscribe, share. You know what to do. If you didn't, sorry, can't help you. Still doing the best that I can. Continue doing the best that I can. Hopefully the videos are getting a little bit better. So go ahead and have a great day. Thanks for watching.